Hi guys, this is Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is about fan kits. And there's a lot of confusion about fan kits, about what fits, about the temperatures at which they come on, and yada yada yada. But first of all, I'd like to start off with why I even use a fan kit. All right, so here's a 350 shop bike that we're building. And you can see that it already comes with a fan kit. But anyhow, so how to decide if you need a fan kit if your bike doesn't have one on or didn't come with one. So if you have any type of an overheating issue, if your bike boils on you when you get in tight sections, if it seems like it's constantly running hot, you can smell it, it's just stinky, or you've put a gauge on it to figure out that it's running hot, all those things can only truly be fixed with a fan kit. Yes, we've got different radiator caps for some models that will help a little. We've got different impellers that fit here in the water pump that will help a little. But if you've got a real issue with your bike running hot, put a fan kit on it. That's the only way to really solve the problem. Don't waste your money on the other items. Just buy the fan kit. Just go straight to the full enchilada and get the job done. All right, so guys are always wanting to plug fan kits, Trail Tech or otherwise, into the wiring harness. And that's fine. They will plug into the wiring harness. Now if you want to know where, I'll walk around to the left side of this bike and show you what the connector looks like. So that's it right there with the blue and black, red and black wires coming out of it. That's the connector that you use, this white one. You can see all the other ones around here are black. Should be easy to find. And it's the same on the two-stroke models as well. All right, so if you want to plug in to that harness and not run a harness back to the battery, because the Trail Tech kits come with a harness that goes back to the battery. If you want to run that harness on a Trail Tech fan kit, you can do that, and the fan will come on at 190 degrees every single time, and it will cycle and turn back off when the engine cools down. But you could not adjust it. So the way you adjust it on the Trail Techs is if you have this digital readout, but the digital readout basically gets bypassed when you plug it into the harness. If you want that to work, you've got to use this harness right here that runs back to the battery. It's no big deal. You got a connector on one end that goes to the fan kit and two wires that go to the battery posts. Very simple to do. I'll say that again, if you plug into the harness, it will only turn on at 190. If you want it to turn on at different temperatures, and if you want to see what your temperature is, then you need to use the harness so that this works. Okay, there is an exception to plugging into the harness. If you have a get ignition, then we can adjust it, change the setting in the software, but you cannot do it with the phone app. So if you want a different setting, you can tell us before we ship it out to you, and we can change that with our software. But once you've got it, you cannot change it anymore. All right, so what I do on my bikes is I like to be able to change it, and I also like to have a digital readout. So I run this kit right here. And we call it the FN3 kit. The part number is actually 732 FN3, but we just call it the FN3 because they all start with the same first three digits. And if you call up Trail Tech and ask them about the FN3, they'll tell you that it doesn't fit. Why is that? Well, two reasons. I talked to the guy there at Trail Tech. He said they've not tried an FN3 on these new bikes. Okay, I'll go along with that. And the other reason is because they sell thousands of fan kits to KTM, and the KTM fan kit is the same exact fan kit for $50 more. Only difference is this digital readout is slightly higher. It sits up here instead of here. Whoopie-doo. So for $50 more, you get a different digital readout location. Everything else about the fan is exactly the same. They all use Spall fans. You can see it right here. Spall is the leader in fan kits, have been for years. They provide fan kits for a lot of different industries. And they're made in Italy. We definitely stay away from the cheap Chinese stuff that doesn't last very long. These things are rock solid. I've seen them go for many, many miles. I actually have never even seen one fail that was treated properly. Now, if you maybe bury one in the mud or something like that to lock up the fan, it's going to burn it out, of course. But with normal use, these things last forever. All right, so we've also got a different option, and that is it's the same Spall kit, same Spall fan, excuse me, but it's a bare bones kit. So we've got them anywhere from about $75 to $95. These plug into the harness, so they only come on at $190. We've also got another one from this company that has a switch that mounts on your handlebar. That's so you can turn it on and off as you wish. This one comes with the fan and the mount. So it's ready to go. All right, but just to review, if you want to be able to adjust the temperature at which the fan comes on, you have to use this harness and run it back to the battery. Because if you put this FN3 kit on and you plug it into the harness, it's only going to come on at 190 because that's when the computer tells it to come on. You cannot change it. So hopefully this clears some of that up. If you want to be able to adjust it, run it back to the battery. If you don't care about adjusting it, plug it into the harness and it will come on at 190. A lot of guys like to have them come on a little bit lower than that. Some guys have them set to where they come on higher than that. But if you want to see them mounted, so this, I'll just go back to this for a minute. So this is the factory fan kit on this 350, I don't know what, XWF, I guess. I don't even remember the designation on this bike. Anyhow, it's the 354 stroke. And that's what the stock fan kit looks like, and it's plugged into the harness. It comes on at 190. All right, here is my 500 with an FN3 fan kit on it. This is a 24-500, the one that Trail Tech and dealers would tell you it doesn't fit your bike, but there it is on there. Fits perfectly, mounts totally normally, and I've got it hooked to the harness, I've got the harness hooked to the battery so that I can adjust it. That's a 24 KTM 500. Doesn't matter if it's the EXC or the XWF. I'm not even sure if that's the right designation. I don't know why they keep changing them, but anyhow. The 500 4-strokes all use the same fan kit. Here's the FN3 on my 300, my 24 300. You can see where it fits. Like I said before, the KTM digital on the KTM fan kit that comes from Trail Tech, this bracket is a little bit different to where this gauge sets up just a little bit higher. And if you want your gauge to fit up just a little bit higher, it's going to cost you another $50 because you're going to have to buy it from a KTM dealer. Okay, guys, I hope that helps explain some of the confusion on this. If you have any questions or comments, just post them below. I track those as much as I can. If I'm out riding for a few days, then I'm not going to answer quickly, but if I'm in town, I do. Or if you just need a question answered right away, call the store. Our staff always answers the phone, and they can always help you. I've got a very well-trained staff, and if they can't answer the questions, Alec, the general manager, can. Anyhow, guys, I hope that clears up some of the confusion about fan kits. Let's see, I forgot to tell you about this kit, $219.95. I believe the KTM was $269.95. So that's all there is to it, guys. If you would, please like us on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. And I really hope to see you out on the trail this summer, getting some throttle therapy. I've seen a few of you guys already, but I hope to see a lot more of you. That's all for now.